It's Monday. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn.
And your boy Showtime Shaw.
And it's 6 o'clock, so it's time to
Pull up
every Monday here on DFWIRadio.com. We talk.
sports news, hip hop.
We don't talk about people.
We just give you the facts.
Mr. Shaw. It's Monday. We have a lot to talk about today. We were gone last week for the holiday. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Last week was holiday.
Um, huh?
Unfortunately, I didn't remember what holiday it was.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a holiday, and we are back, and we are back right in the middle of NBA playoffs, finals. We're finally at the finals in July. Milwaukee and Phoenix are going into game four, and it's 2-1. Phoenix is up 2-1. Milwaukee is at home. Giannis, Chris Paul, talk of the series. Mr. Shaw, what do you have for us today?
Uh, we got a good series. It's gonna be good. I think we're gonna end up with a great series. I think it's gonna turn out that way. It's probably gonna go six. I seen a lot of people. Hey, I seen some people today coming for Devin Booker like, oh, he didn't perform. And first of all, everybody had bad games in the playoffs. Everybody had bad games. Every superstar have at least one bad game in the playoffs. Nobody is different from that, right? You have a game where you shot not foul. It is what it is. Him not playing in the fourth, I think that was just Monty Williams setting them down. I don't think it was they Bonnie was like, all right, man, we just gonna go on, get ready for the next game. Don't want to risk you getting injured. You know what I'm saying? Like we got nothing to prove here. We're up 2 games already. But I don't feel like he should have been getting the Kobe, he's Kobe. No, he has Kobe like game. He has Kobe-esque game. Say that. Don't say Kobe. Saying Kobe is a mentality, a mindset, and I'm gonna shoot 50 shots regardless what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I heard people say, you know, you can't compare him to Kobe. Kobe was 11-time All-Star. Well, Kobe was in the league 17 years. It took him time to get there. Kobe got there once AI put 42 on his head. Then he like, I ain't locking up defense. So Devin Booker had that moment, but let's stop putting so much pressure on the player to live up to it's not even a great, it's a GOAT. Kobe, Jordan, LeBron are GOAT status. You give players time to get there, right? You don't put that like KD will never be GOAT status. Greatest shooter, let me take that back. He is GOAT status for scoring, right? KD GOAT status for scoring. So Devin Booker had an off game. I think everybody needs to look at the fact you're gonna have bad games, right? You're gonna have bad games. Now, if he has if the rest of the series he shoots it bad, that's different. But he's a scorer, right? Devin Booker is one of the people. It was off last night, but he'll find a way to get it going in the next game. Giannis is being different, like Giannis supposed to be. Like Giannis showing us he is who he is, whether he win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? He carrying his team across the threshold. CP3 being CP3 had our game last night. Like that's what killed me with people. This is what I say at IHOP, and this is what I'm waiting on for my comedy shows. The night where I have a bad night. And it might not be that shit, I didn't make people laugh, but I went at 100%. Right? I might have missed the joke. I might have missed the transition. I might have missed how I was gonna set it up with the punch. I might have missed how I was gonna scheme the joke. You know what I'm saying? You have bad days. The only person on this earth that was perfect every day was Jesus. Would this ring mean more important? It would be more important for CP3 because he's been in the league for years.
What was the question?
Would this ring, it says, should this ring be more important for CP3 or Giannis?
Would this ring
Would be
be
more
more
important for
important for
CP3 or
CP3 or
Giannis?
Giannis?
Um, I think CP3. I think Giannis has more time. I think Giannis has the opportunity to go link up with somebody. CP3 at the end. CP3 got to look at it. If this don't work, I got to go play with Braun. I don't think CP3 want to do that. I don't think he's chasing a ring. He's not one of them. He's just playing ball. He got there this year, right? Chris Paul going to the Suns is not him chasing a ring. Nobody in their mama thought the Suns were going to bring her. Nobody.
Well, let's talk about that real quick, because right, you like to gamble. We were in Vegas recently. Anybody who bet on the Suns, who put $100 on the Suns at the start of the season, stands to make $5,000 if the Suns win. If you put $100 on, and this is somewhere that I read this, because y'all know I don't gamble like that, but if you put $100 on Milwaukee at the start of the season, you were slated to win about $640. Um, those things matter if y'all heard me, because I somehow muted myself.
I do that. I do that next year.
Yeah, with the amounts. But for me to answer that first question when we talk about the playoffs, I think that Chris Paul, no one plays professional sports at that level without chasing a ring or a pennant. Those are just that's why you play the game. Chris Paul has ended in situations that haven't been best for his career. I think with the Monty Williams act, with Monty being in Phoenix, Chris Paul found somewhere where he could be comfortable and he could finish out his career at an attempt at a run, right? Somewhere where people didn't expect it, didn't see it coming. This team has been able to put that together. I
Mm-hmm.
think that when we're talking Devin Booker is what, 24 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Bryant wasn't shooting the lights out the gym, leading the Lakers to a championship at 24 years old. So
I
I
ain't, I ain't
make these
even want to do
comparisons.
Kobe like that. Go ahead though. I ain't even
But
want to do.
but 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 Kobe was the sixth man of the year, right? Remember, Kobe came into the NBA at 17 years old. He was the sixth man of the year. The Lakers were going through transition. You have to build. Kobe had to learn how to
When
get
did they
off the
win their
ball.
first championship? Oh three.
Yeah, somewhere in there was late,
So
but
he was
Kobe
like
wasn't
year seven.
24.
He
Yeah,
was
he
like
was
year
6'7".
seven.
He wasn't.
No,
He
no, no,
wasn't
no.
year
He
three
might
or
have been. He
four.
might have been like if you're seven since out
Yeah,
from
but he wasn't. So what year is Devin Booker in at 24?
um
And he didn't come in at 18.
yeah he did. Yeah, 1 year we was talking about Kentucky. 1 year. Hey, Devin fresh 18.
Kobe Bryant was 17. Kobe Bryant never went
No,
to
no, yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Kobe didn't do a year. We
So
know that. No, no.
And so when we're having these comparisons, and that's what I'm saying, Michael Jordan had won a national championship. LeBron never went to college. We're
Yeah.
talking college gives you that adjustment period as a player. You get an opportunity
A lot of people don't
to
get that.
be molded. Kobe won in 2000. Kobe came in the league in
So,
96. When
so
did
you're
Devin Booker come into the league?
2012.
Okay. So he's been on
Nah,
a.
it can't be 2012. 2014.
Yeah, I'm
2014.
like, you're giving him way too much time.
AD
So he's
came
still young.
2014. Yeah, for sure.
He's still
Like
young.
young on a young team. The oldest people on
That's
this team are
growing.
Jay Crowder, and Chris Paul. Look at the
And,
rest of the
and Jay
team.
Crowder has the most. Him and Chris Paul had the most playoff experience.
You know what I'm
Brick
saying?
Lopez has some from like playing with Brooklyn, etc. Devin Booker came in the league in 2015. We're just in 2021. So about the same time, right?
We said
But we're not.
Kobe was playing with who at the time?
Kobe had Shaq.
By far the most dominant, only person to ever give Shaq the business is the Dream. Other than that, Shaq did everybody. And let's
So
be honest.
and they have a young big.
DeAndre Ayton, yes.
Aiden is
They
young.
have time to grow. They still okay. They're still going to find. They still have the opportunity to find a young point guard. The crazy thing about this is y'all got to look at the links. Like everybody go play with their partners, right? The one thing you got to remember about if Devin Booker could, it wouldn't work now because he don't need Cat. He got DeAndre Ayton. But if he could
It's
find a way to
about.
work that,
But here's the thing, right? He's a shooter. When we look at percentages, we look at numbers. He was like what, 0 for 7, and he was taking high percentages shots last night. Sometimes they don't fall. And when they don't fall, first of all, Milwaukee's back at home. Phoenix beat them 2 games in a row in Phoenix. Milwaukee now has to beat them twice in a 2-2-1-1 format. Okay? So Milwaukee has to hope that Phoenix doesn't get a win on the road. And they have to be able to go close Phoenix out at home or get a win on the road in order to get back home. Look at how Phoenix has positioned themselves when we're talking about a team that's never been here. We're talking about young players. Monty Williams said after the first half, they said, well, what did you say to Devin Booker? Because Devin Booker's having an off game. He said, I didn't say anything to him. Basically keep shooting. So if you have a player and you already know where the game is at this point, right? When the game, after the third quarter, when Milwaukee busted open the lead so wide, at that point, your star is having a bad game. You can let him sit. The game was already out of reach. Giannis did what Giannis was supposed to do at home. He had a 40-point game, right? And Giannis made they said, well, the only other person to do it is Michael Jordan. Giannis is like, I'm not Michael Jordan. Giannis is doing what Giannis is supposed to do as a superstar in the league. As an MVP for the criticism that he's had, he's leading his team. But when I look at this, Milwaukee has to depend on Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday to have complete game. Drew Holiday has to have a complete game. In order for Milwaukee to win, Drew Holiday, because everybody else is sporadic on that Milwaukee team.
It is.
Giannis can have 40 points. He can't win with 40 points.
Devin Booker got to have another off game. Let me tell you something. Again, I'm a Kentucky expert. So we talk about the Kentucky kids expert. Devin Booker's he went 2 weeks at Kentucky where he couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. That's like at the beginning of his Kentucky career, couldn't hit a 3 to save his life. He was in a slump. Never seen that slump again. I see somebody say he's not consistent enough. How can a man average 25 points and not be consistent enough? How can you average 25 points for 3+ seasons and not be consistent enough? What can that make sense?
Everybody has a bad game. Like, so when we talk about consistency, it's like, what are we talking about? How we're analyzing it.
How many more games is Drew Holiday and well, Chris Middleton, I'm not gonna say, but Drew Holiday gonna be making those same shots because you got to play so much defense. Drew Holiday is missing shots. Let's be honest. I remember when Paul Pierce had to guard LeBron on one end and go get buckets on the other end. It's difficult. So you running behind Chris Paul and Devin Booker on one end and expect it for your legs to hold up and get shots on the other. Not cutting Drew Holiday any slack, but it's difficult when you're not a superstar.
And that's just the reality, right? But he's inconsistent. And for me, I would like to see Phoenix win because I would like to see Monty Williams win. Those are just, it is what it is. Like I said, we discussed what was the rationale between Monty Williams sitting Booker essentially the fourth quarter. I think it was just the fact of to get Devin Booker out of his own head. Somebody said on Twitter that Giannis will shoot an air ball. One of the athletes I saw tweeted that. Giannis will shoot an air ball, and Giannis will turn around the next drive, and Giannis will get the ball back. One play doesn't define who Giannis is.
Thanks.
And one thing we've seen about Giannis is that he's consistent in being Giannis. He's not trying to be anybody else. He's going to play his game. The one flaw that I have with Milwaukee is I see them take low percentage shots so often. There is never, in my opinion, there's never a reason for Giannis to shoot a 3. Never. That's not his game. That's not his strong suit. And what does it buy you?
I feel like you got to take the shot. You got to keep defense honest. I'm not saying take 4-5, but I'm saying if you take 1 or 2 a game, I ain't mad at you. Because listen, bad shots is the NBA. The NBA is built off of bad shots. Every superstar takes bad shots. You want to know why? They believe they so good they can make anything they throw up. So I'm not gonna knock Giannis for taking bad shots. Steph Curry shoot far too many threes. Steph Curry be 1 for 10, still shoot threes. Go shoot a mid-range jumper. Right? Like with Devin Booker, I think I was frustrated with him last night. Yeah, they played better defense on you. They were close on you, but you settled for jumpers. You weren't aggressive. All right? I can't knock it because sometimes when back in the day when I played 2K, I'm like, all right, bro, I want to, show I got more in my game. Let me pull up a couple jumpers tonight, and it'll affect the game. If Devin Booker would have just been aggressive, went and got his bucket like he needed to and wanted to, it'd have been a different game. So Devin Booker had a bad game. Milwaukee had a better game. Milwaukee could win these 2 games, right? They could win these 2 games. The others always play better at home. That's what you expect. Bobby Portis had a better game last night. PJ Tucker had a better game last night, even though he consistently gonna give you what he give. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I was extremely excited, you know what I'm saying? Just to, again, me betting on the games, I didn't take Phoenix, so Phoenix losing this game didn't bother me too much. I want to take Milwaukee, put a little extra money on there, but I'm gonna wait and see how it go. But baseball season coming, the All-Star game night, the home run derby tonight. I ain't got no money on that, but I put a pick in for it.
Oh wow, you just really like wasting your money.
It was free.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the only way I can.
It's not what has that waste of money. Look at the. I know you know hitters.
I
I,
mean, yeah, you do, but
and again, like
anyway,
I don't watch ESPN like I need to anymore. But once I quit my job, me and ESPN gonna be best friends because what I realized with gambling, I have to watch ESPN to be up to date with baseball players. Like, I know football players, I know basketball players, right? But baseball players, I'm not like I can't name you 5 pitchers. I can name you Clayton. I can name you Strasburg, because those two are my favorite. Uh, Eric DeCrom, I think that's his name. Um, um, there's a guy who played for the Mets. I don't even think he played for the Mets no more. He looked like Thor. Uh, and David Price if he still pitch. That's how bad it is with baseball. And I need to show baseball more attention because playoff time, I'm there.
well, you enjoy your baseball
You
conversations.
know the
We'll talk
Yankees
about
not in the
baseball
playoffs
when
right
it
now.
gets. Do what?
The Yankees not in the playoffs.
I mean, we're at. I
Let me
mean,
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Baseball to change a little bit, then we can move on. Do you know how many teams get in?
I don't know. Listen, I just know when it's time for the playoffs at this point. I don't have time to follow baseball in 900 games in a season. I just don't have time. I just know that Altuve and somebody else didn't play in the All Star game this weekend.
Yeah.
And there was somebody with guns in the hotel in Denver that the maid happened to go in and clean the room and found the guns.
That was her.
So,
She keep mind her business.
no, she was minding her business. She kept people from getting killed. So, shout out to the maid in Denver who went in and discovered the guns. And
Who's
so,
killing? It was a player's gun.
no, it was like some dudes were in town to like set
Oh,
it
okay.
off.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought.
So, like, no, not players. Like, they were in town to like literally um to set it off. So we're gonna go ahead and transition over into the conversation that you and I have been having for years about the quality of basketball and the dream team being the greatest team ever assembled. You like to argue with me because you didn't get to see the greatness. And even on that team, they had a Christian Leitner that didn't belong. Like on this team, there's a waste of space with Kevin Love who doesn't belong. But U.S. basketball is getting ready for the Olympics like so many other people, right? We've missed the Sha'Carri Richardson conversations, but the Olympics start next week. Team USA is -3 stars, right? We're still waiting on Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and Devin Booker to join that team. But Kevin Durant is on that team. Dame Lillard is on that team. Jason Tatum is on that team. And they got beat by Nigeria in expedition games. So you said, what did you tell me? No big deal. But they got one of those 3 losses on America's record. Or like that team in 2000 that sucked. Like, I am disappointed. I am, but I'm not. Let me say that. I'm straddling the fence, right? Because I'm not mad at Americans for not going to play in Tokyo due to COVID. I didn't really think there was a need for Olympics. We're already a year late. Just move on to 2024, right? So I understand LeBron has a movie, Steph Curry, these people are having an opportunity to sit with their kids. But I just think that some of these players are not as good as we think they are. That's my shot at them. Your
I can't
thoughts?
be mad at you for that. Me personally, like I say, I don't really take it as big of a deal. Let's just be honest. I got Sean Otai as one of the hitters for the night too, Josh. Uh, I'm just not as, and he a pitcher too, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm not that nervous. Nigeria came to play. They got their head busted last time. They was gonna prove to America that they can play games. And like again, like Josh said,
32-point upset the last time.
yeah, like Josh said, Nigeria didn't have a whole starting 5 NBA guys.
So did we. So
No, no,
did
no.
we.
We
We're
said
supposed
it's
to be
like,
the best in the world.
yeah, but we said it's
We're
not the
supposed to
same
be the
no
best in the
more.
world.
You can't just show up, right? These kids are
Listen,
part of this generation of basketball. No, this generation of men, of men. This won't happen with women. Why? Because women gonna go out and put their foot on your neck every time. People like Kevin Durant believe I can just show up and we're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna say everybody else got that mindset, but I know Kevin Durant was like, they not real NBA players. Look, he don't even comb his hair, so you know he believe he can just show up and it's gonna be okay, right? You don't think Kevin Durant stepped in the building like, he's gonna do whatever. We're gonna beat Nigeria. We blew him out the last time. We're gonna blow him out this time, right? This. You need losses. Again, we're gonna say the dream team never lost, but they say they say that young team ran them, and Chuck Daly just never let the see the tape.
But of course, right? So because
This was just televised.
but that was internal. That was America versus America, right? Because if
You
we could
lost
take
keys.
two teams,
You
but
lost
if we could
keys.
take two, but it's not. These were adults, right? When we say kids, we're talking young Chris Webber. We're talking some of the best of the best that were on that team.
He's calling timeout choking. He better than Charles Barkley.
Listen.
Yeah.
When we talk about age, we talk about athleticism. Michael Jordan was on the only one on that dream team with that level of athleticism that a Shaquille O'Neal had, that a Chris Webber had. We're talking about a new generation of basketball and the changing of the guard. That you have to understand. If you see,
they went to the Hall of Fame long before Chris Webber did. What we talking about?
Larry Johnson Jr. That Mr. Shaw, that level of athletic ability
still on that team. You struggle with a team. You struggle with a team that Shaq a Hall of Fame.
How old were they at that point?
This was 92. They weren't that old.
Magic Johnson had retired. He already had HIV.
I said Karl Malone.
Magic was on that team. Karl Malone was on that team. John Stockton. Michael Jordan.
I was naming you the players who you got Chris Webber, you got Shaq. You got probably some other good young, but we talking about they lost to them, right?
Grant Hill.
They lost to them kids.
Well, we're not talking. America could take two teams.
Yeah.
America could take two teams and dominate, right? And at that point, we're talking, these guys were older at this point compared to those young guys. So we had just stopped sending the college kids because the college kids hadn't been winning. We know that group of college kids could have gone and won. And Josh, absolutely not. I'm not afraid that they're going to win the gold. But I saw the onset, right? That was my introduction to really falling in love with American basketball and understanding the greatness at that point of watching the NCAA tournament, watching the Final Four, watching Michael beat Magic for the first time. So for us, the Dream Team poster was on my wall. The level of excellence. We as America in basketball should be ashamed of losing. Because we are basketball. Everybody else is coming behind us, right? Their players are they watch what we do. They evolve their game based on what we do. And I think Mr. Shaw has the biggest point of it's been a crazy year and a half. Let me say that, okay? They were in a bubble. The season has gone longer. The season started late. It's July. We're still playing basketball, right? The NBA finals are a month beyond what they should be due to be over. So the NBA finals end this week, and 3 players will be getting on a plane to go to Tokyo, basically, to join a team that they haven't been practicing with. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we're taking all of that into consideration, right? And then there's chaos with the women's team because the conversation is finally coming up about the fact of Gino has way too much power for UConn girls to still be on the team. Just like I wonder why Kevin Love is on the team. Yes, Sue Bird is the first to reach 3,000 assists, but she's old. Okay? Do we not have a better guard who is more athletic and more agile than Sue Bird? Why is the women's 3-on-3 team featuring 2 of Gino's UConn girls? I got questions, okay? So it's not about the concern, but it's also about what we represent as the United States of America and what we're willing to risk.
Let's just say this. Not knocking Gino, but that was a black man. Would you say he had too much power? For somebody,
if his girls weren't the best of the best and they were all on the ones on the team.
Somebody who is won at the level let's just say this. Monty Williams go off wins. No. Penny Hardaway win the next 6 NCAA championships, and then USA Basketball decide they want to bring Penny on, and then Penny start bringing players from Memphis. Are you going to say Penny got too much power?
I do if there's, Candace Parker was snubbed from the team previously. When we're talking about the best of the best, we're talking future Hall of Famers.
She needed a break. She need to go. She good.
As she made the statement this year, don't worry, she won't be there playing. She'll be there announcing. So we at that level, right? So we have these kids who deal with this from the time they're young to the time they're in college. They're dealing with the fact that this becomes a political situation. This isn't based on who's the best of the best at this point. It becomes a political move.
Mm-hmm.
Give these young players the opportunity to go represent their country because they want to. I wouldn't want to go to Tokyo. Okay? So that's what I'm saying about this American team. You put together the best of what you had that was willing to go. I don't think anybody should be in Tokyo. Josh asked that question earlier with the fact that COVID is like the Delta variant is on an outbreak again. I don't think anybody should be in Tokyo. But for the players who want to represent their country and they are the best of the best, why are we cheating them of that opportunity because we're going to send somebody from UConn? Are they the best of the best?
All I'm
Are
saying,
all of his girls at this point the most, is Diana Taurasi first ballot Hall of Famer with the WNBA? Yes. But at this point in her career, is she the best guard?
probably not.
Breanna Stewart is the best player in the WNBA right now. But Breanna Stewart is on the team. Diana Taurasi is on the team. Sue Bird is on the team. This is a UConn built team, and they're not the best. They're not all three the best in the WNBA right now. One-on-one, there's some guards that can take Taurasi. Send your best. And the thing is about America, just like with Kevin Love belongs on that team in front of who? There are so many players better than him.
Facts. He don't even produce 15 no more.
I agree. John Stockton was never better than Isaiah Thomas, but that was a Michael Jordan move, okay? It's been said 1,000 times. It was a political move. It was and even with Chuck Daly being the coach, to have to sideline your player that you know is the best to appease Michael Jordan, and we have to, like, even as people, we have to navigate through that, okay? And so that is just like with the sideline situation for this NBA Finals. The conversation has taken place with Rachel Nichols and Maria, with Maria Taylor being at the forefront of the chaos.
Rachel, I ain't mad at you, bro, because I ain't finna boost nobody else for me. I ain't finna boost you for ESPN because y'all being racist for years, and then whoever was recording. I ain't say she was a nigga. I didn't say she didn't deserve her spot. All Rachel Nichols said was, I'm not boosting nobody for y'all because y'all been doing the wrong thing for years.
And we agree. I think that Maria getting Malika Andrews on the sideline was her boss up move on them. I love Malika, but Rachel is better sideline with
no, not
experience
even,
at this point. Even
Malika. Rachel was at the head of the table.
She was in the bubble.
Maria.
And but
I'm just
what
move
she
on. I'm gonna just
here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we work jobs, and just like I've said with players being traded, we work these jobs. We care about ourselves. Mm-hmm. My job is not to make sure, I'm going to sidestep differently with you because you're biologically related to me. But if you were another black man sitting across from me and it was my turn to get the NBA Finals, I want the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
I don't care about...
You got to go work the sideline because
Black Lives Matter. And I felt what she was saying. I've listened to Rachel. Rachel is the reason that Matt Barnes has a job. Rachel is the reason that, and if you listen to All the Smoke, they tell you that, right? Vince Carter.
Rachel, we ain't like that. You got to come talk to us. You don't like Rachel saying she's not boosting nobody over her?
Who said that?
Stephen Jackson. Rachel, you need to come talk to us. That's not.
Well, he talked to her. And he did. He talked to her. And it was the way that the conversation was released, right? So everybody's asking people who are commentating on these situations for feedback. But did you hear the conversation, right? And my biggest issue was that Kayla Johnson was suspended for handing Maria the information. Who pulled the information off the server?
Somebody was being missed. Over 100 employees have access to the server. We're not trying to hear that, bro. Listen, I watch TV. On the spy shows, if somebody swiped their badge, they know who swiped their badge. Whoever pulled that off the server, it went to their computer. Y'all can go track that. Y'all know exactly who did this. ESPN. Now, I don't know if this was a bargaining chip against Maria Taylor because they said she got a contract up and she
contracts negotiations.
I don't know what this is about, whether y'all was working against Rachel or working against Maria, but somebody did that in the aspect to give someone leverage, right? Plain and simple. So ESPN don't have the leverage.
So Josh,
racially exposed the child had been mistreating black people. We knew that though. We ain't though.
well, not only black people, women. So right.
Really.
So Mike,
Worse than anybody that isn't a white male.
And we agree, Josh. That was my thing. It was mismanagement of the situation, and as managers, right? We have the show to talk to other people before we get out of here for break. When there's a situation that's taking place, your job as upper management is to resolve the problem before it ever hits the media. It should have never hit the news because it was an internal situation where you have two hosts that are great, that you need both because you need women representation. And let's tell the truth, they're good at their job. These are not two women that you had to groom and prepare. They have a background in sports. Rachel graduated from Northwestern, one of the best journalism schools in the country. Marie is a former athlete from the University of Georgia. They are good at what they do. Our job as management is to handle the situation. Okay? And as Narasha says, there has to be a level of accountability within the organization before stuff ever touches out. And there has to be there's a lot of violations that took place. At this point,
we're going over on time.
You say what?
I think we're going over on time.
Yeah, we're about to take a break.
It's 6:32.
It's time to go to break. We'll be back. Mr. Shaw is coming for me. Join us at the 6:35 mark so that we can talk about the turkey leg hut and their new dress code policy. We'll be right back.
Pull up.